In our video today, we're going to take a look at building that original customer proposal. So when we're in our project, we're going to go ahead and navigate to our contract tab. Notice that we are still in our request stage here. You're going to notice right next to it, we do have a proposal stage. So in our request stage is when we're going to put those final touches on our customer proposal, make those final edits. Once we do promote into our proposal phase, this is kind of that phase where we're going to sit and wait for either the thumbs up, thumbs down from our customer. So starting off in our request phase, in our contract tab, we're going to come here to our original contract. We're going to go ahead, we're going to hit this edit button, little pencil, and this is going to open up our original contract proposal form. We're going to take a look at first our proposal details. The top box is going to let us know what our proposal format is. Now, if you need to make any changes to this here, what you're going to do is go back into your estimate and you're going to make the change here where it says type of proposal. Once you make that change, you'll go back into your contract tab and then into your proposal here. We're going to go ahead and work with our construction management proposal format. You're going to see your proposal number, your proposal name, so your project number, your project name. We can choose a proposal date, so this is going to default to today's date. We can double click and change, or we can go ahead and we can click on our calendar to select a date. Next, we're going to have two options. We can link to our estimate, or we can unlink from our estimate. When we are linked to our estimate, we're going to have some options here as far as how we're going to show our scope of work. We can do that by cost division, by cost code, by assembly, including a narrative, or we can do it by our work description. If we need to, we can go to this add scope items, choose any of the items here, save, and have those displayed also on our estimate here. Right below, we're going to see our proposed contract amount. We're also going to have the ability to add any value added tax here. Moving on, we're going to be able to choose a proposal expiration date. This is going to default to 30 days. If you'd like to change this, you absolutely can. You just double click, change the number. We're going to select a proposed duration date for our project. So let's say we expect this project to last 540 days. You're going to have the option to input either a proposed start date or a proposed substantial completion date. This here is going to be the date that you know, and depending on the one you choose here, you will still have the other option down below. So if we choose to do our proposed start date, it's going to calculate our proposed substantial completion date for us, and vice versa. If we choose our proposed substantial completion date, it will calculate our proposed start date for us. Next is our proposed punch duration. If we have any liquidated damages, substantial or final, we can note those here. Your billing terms and your retainage. You're going to have an area where you can add any comments that you would like to send over to your customer. And then we do have the addition of clarifications or alternates. Now we do have some default clarifications you can choose from. If you need to add any new clarifications, you're going to come down to the second box here. Let's say that typically your restrooms come with chrome fixtures. But if they want the option of bronze, you can go ahead and add the description here and add that amount of what that alternate would be. Next is going to be attachments that we can add to our proposal. So you're going to see a few areas here. We have our plans and specs we can attach. If you would like to build out a schedule of values, you certainly can and attach that to your proposal. Selected vendors. Now these are going to be vendors that you selected as best during your RFQ process. You have the option of adding any unit prices. And then with your construction management proposal type, you do have the added ability to add a negotiated pricing summary and a negotiated pricing detail report. If there is anything that is not listed above here that you would still like to attach to your proposal and send out to your customer, you can add any additional attachments here. Once you've made all your decisions here, you've filled in all the fields, we're going to come all the way back up and we're going to click our Save button in the right-hand corner. When you're ready, traditionally in RedTeam, you would come to your tools bar and commit. However, with your contract, with your proposal, what we're going to do is we're going to go up to our request stage and we are going to promote. Now promoted into our proposal phase, we're going to come over here to our paper on the left-hand side. We're going to select and view our proposal. So you're going to notice up at the top, we'll have our logo. It'll tell us it's a proposal. We're going to have some project-specific information up here at the top. You're going to notice that scope of work that we did add, the price of the project that we're estimating, the time, any clarifications or alternates that we had will show up here, the expiration of this proposal, and then it's going to let them know what attachments they're going to see below. So if you did choose to have your plans and specs, you're going to have an individual page with your plans and specifications noted here. Each plan or specification will have its own line item with a blue hyperlink that they can select to view on another page. Next, we chose to show our negotiated pricing summary. This is if you're going to do any open book projects, construction management projects. This gives some insight to your customer. They can see each of those cost codes in their related cost categories. And then just to give a little bit more detail, we do have our negotiated pricing detail report that will also attach to this proposal. And again, this is just going to give them an even more detailed look into the pricing of that project. So they'll see each of the cost codes here with each of the items listed out with the pricing. When you're ready, what you're going to do is if you do have your DocuSign linked, you can go ahead and send with DocuSign, or you can email this document out up at the top right-hand corner. At this point in time, you are waiting on one of two things. You're either waiting for an okay from your customer that you've been awarded the project, you're ready to move on. If that is the case, we're going to come up to the top status bar and we're going to promote our project to in progress. Now, if it comes back and there are any changes that need to be made, you can go ahead and demote this project. Since we did commit the pricing, this will uncommit all of the pricing so that you can make any of the necessary changes, re-promote that, and then send it back out to your customer.